Hi everyone, my name's Lauren. I've never recorded a YouTube video before, so this is probably gonna get like 2 views, but whatever. So I just got the privilege of watching the first 2 episodes of Wheel of Time because I live in Philadelphia, so I got to go to an advanced screening. So spoilers are ahead. If you don't want to watch, don't spoil it for yourself, but I just wanted to give you guys some thoughts on it. I won't like give like too intense spoilers. You'll just get some thoughts on things that were changed or whatever. So first of all, let's start with like the positives because I just want you guys to start off strong. Sorry for my dog in the background, he's playing. But best thing so far about the series, they nailed the White Cloaks. I think they did a really good job with like the different dynamics between them, how some of them are more like terrorizing terrorists kind of deal, like in the cities they go to versus like the people they question versus the ones that care a little bit more and don't like sparingly take human life, or they sparingly take human life. They do it when they see fit kind of deal. They do a really good job with that. And then like also like kind of like the grandiose of the White Cloaks, they did a really good job with that in the first 2 episodes that I saw, I would say. They did a really good job with Moiraine and Lan's relationship. Rosamund and Daniel do a really good job with like just demonstrating how like it takes Moiraine a lot of effort and energy to yield to the one power, whereas Lan like protects her while she does it. Sorry, here's a toy in the background. That's like really well done. And then third is also same thing with the one power, is they do a really good job of demonstrating the weaves and who can see them. So obviously, like when Moiraine it's not like her point of view because it's the show, but when Moiraine is the focus of the shot, you can see the weaves. But all of a sudden when Rand is viewing Moiraine, you don't see the weaves. Or when Egwene is viewing, you can see them. So like it's very interesting to see how they did that and that dynamic. I think it's really well done in that way. And then moving on to some criticisms, just because that's what we're here for, is the tea. One, this is a very basic thing, but it's just like, it really bugged me as soon as I saw it. I hate the Aes Sedai rings. Hate them. They should not be as grandiose as they are. Everyone should have the same thing. For some reason, they decided that the ring would show the Aja that they are. And it's also like large, it's just big. I really like, I know this is just like my opinion while I was reading, but I was under the impression that they were supposed to be very much the same across the board. So like it was like the one thing to demonstrate all Aes Sedai are all accepted from the tower. And so I think it's kind of odd that accepted can get rings and for some reason an Aja is on it. So we'll see how they deal with that in the future. Who knows if they will? I'm not positive. It was just a very interesting thing to me. And probably the most glaring to me for some reason, even though it's such a minute detail. Second, this is a larger spoiler, but it's kind of unimportant. We'll see. I think that they did it for a reason, so I'm willing to talk about it later on if this gets any kind of traction. They made Perrin married in episode 1 to a girl in the village in 2 Rivers named Layla. And I think part of this is they are actually attempting to make the main 3 boys, like Rand, Perrin, and Mat, appear older than they actually are. And perhaps that's why they chose to have Perrin married from the get-go. But it's an interesting change. And like what happens with that, obviously I don't want to share too many spoilers, but like what happens with that later on, I think possibly why they did it could be good to reflect on like the attitude Perrin has in the books, but we will see. I just want other people's thoughts once they reach that. And then third, my biggest criticism is it seemed very rushed. Episode 1 ends with Winter Night and them leaving the 2 Rivers, but we don't really get any exposition as to why I should care about Rand, why I should care about his relationship with Tam, like Egwene and her parents, why Egwene and Rand like each other, why Perrin, Mat, and Rand are friends. Like it just, the only person they really made me care about was Mat because of his relationship with his sisters. Everything else, I didn't really care. Sorry, my dog is digging in his water bowl. But yeah, so those are just some thoughts. I personally think that if I had been creating this show, I would have done episode 1 complete exposition, introducing all of the characters from the Two Rivers, and then Moraine and Lan at the very beginning, and then cut to the Two Rivers, and then all of a sudden Moraine and Lan show up at the Two Rivers, and that's how you end it, like, oh, why are these strangers here kind of deal. But instead they ended it the way they did, which I think just kind of rushed things. It was a little odd. And then like Shadow Logoth appears in episode 2, and again, very just rushed. Could have done more with it, I think, to really like just pound in that backstory of like why this is scary, and like could have been done really cooler, I think. And then lastly, and the biggest difference, and one I'm kind of sad about, is Tom is not in the first 2 episodes. He's not in the Two Rivers. He's not with them when they're in Shadow Logoth. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. And I will be interested to see, but I'm kind of sad because Tom is one of my favorite characters. So yeah, those are just some thoughts. And spoilers, so sorry if you heard anything you didn't want to. I did warn you. But yeah, anyone who has any additional thoughts, drop them. Thank you.